What's up, my friends? It is time for round 3 of Battle of the Backpackers with my good friend, Mr. Dan Becker. We are in the Sawtooths of Idaho, and we are going to be going through all of Dan's gear. He is going to be talking through everything that he packs, as well as what I pack. So this has proved to be helpful in the past to see what we each pack. We backpack in very different styles. Is that right?
Very different styles.
And so I think that it's actually really helpful to see that there is a spectrum, a beautiful spectrum, and it's all good. So without further ado, let's jump into it. What do you got here?
This is the NEMO HORNET Elite tent. This is my tent of choice if I want to be a little bit like bougie.
Okay.
But I don't want to take up a lot of room. Like, it's got a small footprint, so it's a double wall tent.
Yeah.
It's a semi-freestanding tent, and I love it. Thing weighs like just over 2 pounds. Like, it's like 2 pounds. Yeah.
Pretty stinking light.
It's really, really light. Yeah. So.
But this is like a small 2-person. Have you slept in it with 2 people before?
You know what? I don't know that I have. So yeah. So 2 people. So it's got like the same floor room as like a Big Agnes Tiger Wall. That kind of stuff, but the headroom is where you've got a massive loss. So if you look, it's
really
like
narrow.
yeah. So this is 2 people can lay down in here for sure. Sitting up, forget it.
Yeah.
Like there's just no way. Like one at a time, right?
So what is it that draws you to this? If this is like kind of like your go-to?
Well, it's just so lightweight, and it's just nice to have. It's nice to have a lot of the features for that weight.
Yeah.
You know, double wall. I got pockets in there. There's like room to roll around and move. It's not like you got to have like a single wall, or I'm sorry, yeah, like a single wall, 1-person tent. Yeah. You know, that's what you're usually finding. That's like 2 pounds. So but this ain't cheap.
What does it cost? Do you know?
I want to say
range
it's like over $500.
Okay.
Probably $500.
So that's pretty
super expensive tent.
Pretty pricey.
It's a great
withstands weather well.
Yes, but the nylon is super thin. So I think it's a 10D nylon, which is really thin if you don't know much about nylon. The floor, I think, is like a 15D. So I use a ground cloth for that reason. Yeah. Because especially like out here, there's a lot of rocks and just stuff. Yeah. Like we're under, pine trees with needles. So
gum.
Yeah, gum. I got gum on my knee. Yeah. Leave no trace, people.
Stop spitting your gum out.
Thank you. Exactly.
Here.
I'm kneeling down, putting in stakes. Got gum on my nice.
Yeah,
pants.
That's crap. Those aren't nice pants. But anyway, that's not the point. All right, let's take a look inside. What's your kind of sleep system?
Okay.
And I've heard you talk and rant about this one a little bit, but tell me a little bit more about what you got inside.
So this is not my favorite sleep setup, but we're using it here today just to do some video work. So this is
you backpacking with it.
Yeah, I know. This is the Lost Ranger. It's like a 3-in-1 sleep system. So it's got like a quilt. It's like a quilt is essentially a big blanket that goes over the top of you, wraps around underneath you. It's really nice. It's got a sleeping bag, okay? And then the quilt also kind of has this like sheet here and a place to keep your pillow. So the idea is it's like a all-season sleep setup. So that's what I'm using. And this is like the ultralight version, so it's like maybe 2 pounds. Yeah. So that's what I've got. I sleep great in it. No complaints there. It's not my favorite, but it's what I got.
So in a nutshell, you don't love it because...
Okay, so I don't love it. The only reason I really don't love it is because I feel like the idea behind this is so that it's supposed to be this massively comfortable experience, almost like what you get at your house. But I'm still sleeping in a sleeping bag. Yeah. So it's almost like I don't sleep in a sleeping bag in my bed at home. Yeah. So that's kind of... You still feel like you're in a sleeping bag, but you've got a blanket over you. Yeah. So if you are new to backpacking, you've got nothing, this might be the way to go if you've got nothing, because then you've got like versatility. Yeah. You can take this in the summer and not be boiling hot. You can take this in the fall, and all of a sudden, you've got this warm setup. So that's yeah. And this is rated to, well, this is the old rating, but I think the new rating is 15 degrees.
It is 15.
Yeah. I've had it down into the low 20s and been toasty warm.
So I'm actually a fan of that bag. Yeah. So I think it's unique or just interesting that you don't like it at all.
Well, there's other things I don't like about it too, but yeah.
But so I think that, let's say it's only going to be like 35 degrees at night. Yeah. You don't need to sleep in that thing like a mummy, and you can kind of have your arms out.
That's
you can still have like a blanket over you.
For sure.
And it feels a lot more comfortable for a wide range. And only when it's really cold, where it'll still keep you warm down in like the teens and low 20s and stuff. But that's when you need to kind of forsake that comfort. And
I got you. Yeah, right, exactly.
And all that.
$550 though. That's expensive. But if you are buying 3 setups, you're going to spend $550.
Yeah,
for decent setups,
it's
right?
pricey. It's ultralight.
Yeah.
It's got, I think it's 850 fill, hydrophobic.
The
down.
the ultralight version. They've got a camp version, which is a lot lighter or heavier. But
okay.
And then the pad I'm using is the Big Agnes Rapide. This is the Rapide SL. This is insulated. This is the Big Daddy. This is the 25 by 78.
Yeah.
I like my sleeping pads wide. I think everybody should go on wide sleeping pads. I think if you've not got a wide sleeping pad, you are missing out.
I agree with that. I've been recently, that was one of the big transformations I had last year, was going to the 25 wide.
Yeah.
And it was,
it's totally different, right?
it's so much better.
It's like, oh, my arms don't fall off and hit the cold ground anymore, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I can kind of roll around now and not feel like I'm going to fall off this thing. So,
is that your go-to sleeping
oh
mattress?
my gosh, this thing is so good. It's so, this is 95% of the year. If it's going to be really cold, I'm taking the Thermarest NeoWear X Therm.
Okay.
Because that thing is just like bulletproof and 6.9 R value. You can lay it on directly on snow.
6.9.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
And it only weighs 17 ounces.
Wow. That's really good. Okay. Well, cool. Let's take a look at your bag. Okay, you've been using this. I think this might even be the same bag that you had in the last video.
Yeah, it is.
But you love this.
I love this backpack for sure.
What is it and why do you love it so much?
I don't know. It's I mean, it's just like one of those like warm fuzzy. It's like my little blankie.
It's your comfort item.
Yeah, it's my comfort item. It's just it handles the weight that I carry really well. I've had this thing in every climate you can think of.
Which is what? What's typically your weight carry?
My base weight is, my weight, food, water, fuel typically is like anywhere from 25 to 30 pounds.
Yeah. Okay.
All in.
Yeah.
So this thing is comfort rated, I don't know, do you remember? It's like 35, 40 pounds or something.
The max carry is 40, but that's not where
There's
it's
no way.
It's like not over 30 is it comfortable.
30 and you're feeling it on your shoulders for sure.
Yeah.
But I like it because it's made out of DYNEMA, which is a waterproof material.
Yeah.
It's a waterproof fabric, super, super strong, very lightweight. It's not waterproof though, the bag, because I can attest that on many occasions where I get water in the bag when it's raining. So,
from the top, from the bottom? How is it getting
Well, when I talk to Hyperlite, they seem to think it's coming from the seams here because they're not taped.
Okay.
And they do that intentionally. It's very durable with the nylon on the outside of it, so 2 hip belt pockets.
Yeah.
It's minimalist. I like minimalist bags. I know he doesn't.
I've been learning. I've been trying. I actually spent most of this summer backpacking with this backpack.
Okay.
And that was new for me.
Okay.
But my struggle with it is that I typically carry closer to 35 or 40 pounds.
Right.
And that is just like, you really just need something different.
Totally. And that's where we're at too, like, because we carry a lot of camera gear.
Yeah. And if we are peak bagging, it's really, one of the things I really like is, you can ditch a lot of the stuff.
Yeah, totally.
Roll it down, and it's a perfectly comfortable, good backpack. Oh, you got a camera there. With almost nothing in it.
Yeah.
Whereas like a full backpack, a full framed out backpack, when I have nothing in it, feels like the weirdest thing.
Oh, for sure.
And
with
like,
nothing in it, it's just like this. Yeah,
it feels really awkward to carry it. It's great at carrying heavy loads, but then if you only have like 8 pounds in it, it's like, what am I doing with this thing?
And it's comfortable. The only gripe I have with it is that the hip belt, I just don't feel like it tightens really well.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't give that little, and you're like, oh, you're just like, you got to work that thing.
Yeah. Wrestle with the old belly.
Yeah, rather than the belly.
So then you also backpack with a lot of like ditty bags and stuff like that.
Well, because my backpack isn't like full featured pockets everywhere.
Yeah. So that's like how you organize stuff, right?
Yeah. So my organization process is I slam my sleeping bag, pillow, sleeping pad, anything I don't want to get wet at the bottom of the bag in a dry bag that I roll up.
Yeah.
Next thing that's probably going to go in is either my food bag or my tent, whichever is probably going to fit the best.
Yeah.
And I throw my ditty bag on top of that. And my food bag has all my food, my cook kit, everything in it. And then I'm pretty much done with the inside.
Yeah.
And then all stuff that I want to get to out throughout the day, if I got a poop kit, there's like, I bring a backpacking chair, I'll show you in a second, med kit, things that are rain jacket, like stuff like that. Like I don't want to dig through my backpack when it's about to rain. I want my rain jacket accessible. That stuff's going to be on the outside of my bag.
Yeah.
Here's how I do it. If I don't know where something is, it's in my ditty bag.
Ah, all right.
I already know it's in my ditty bag because my ditty bag's got all my ditties. Okay.
Okay, so I want to also find out what other little odds and ends items that you feel like are integral to your backpacking experience. Doesn't have to be every little item, but things that I see you got a chair over here.
Yep.
That's like something you always backpack with?
90% of the time.
Right. Well, let's move over this way a little bit.
This is my go-to chair.
Okay.
This has yet to be beat, I believe, by any other chair. This is the HELINOX Chair Zero. This is a 1 pound chair. Or I'm sorry, this thing costs like on HELINOX like $130. It's ridiculously expensive. I never regret it, ever. I'm like, people that don't have chairs always want to sit in my chair. So,
wow. I mean, I want to sit in it.
Yeah.
But I have a chair this time.
You do have a chair.
This is the first time I've ever come with a chair. But we will talk about my stuff later. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. You bring trekking poles almost every time?
Almost every time, yep. And I just, I have balancing issues. I'm not, I trip, I fall, I slip, I slide. These have saved me more times than I can count.
They saved you today, I think, a couple of times.
Many times today. Yeah,
I saw
so
that.
Trekking poles are kind of a staple. So I buy really lightweight ones when I bring a tent that I don't use trekking poles with. That's why I like the lightweight ones. So these are the Gossamer Gear LT5s. Super expensive. These are like $100 a piece. I mean, it's stupid how expensive these things get, but you know, I backpack all the time.
These are 100 a piece?
A piece, yeah.
Okay, that's a lot, but it's also not even at the top end.
Right. No, I know. But for somebody who's like once or twice a year, they're looking at you like, oh,
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, no way. So
for sure. Yeah.
So this is my food bag. It's just a DYNEMA, bag. In here I keep anything cooking related. So this is my spoon. This is my favorite spoon ever. This is like literally a Walmart spoon.
Yeah.
It's the OZARK Trail spoon. Flexible, nice. It's like $1.
Some things you don't need to overthink.
Right.
That's a good item to not overthink.
Long spoon.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I think those like titanium spoons for like $11. Those are.
Yeah.
Really? Okay. So this is my this is my cook kit. Oh, this is the TOAKS 750 milliliter pot, I think.
That looks like 700 or 750, somewhere in there.
Something like that. But it's a little over $30. So very reasonable.
For titanium, that's really
for titanium, it's super reasonable, very lightweight. And then I just throw my, this is the Pocket Rocket Deluxe. This is expensive. This is like $70-80, depending on the day.
Yeah.
And so it's got a little self-igniter here.
Ooh, it's got one of those piezos.
Yep, and it's regulated, so for different temperatures and elevations.
Is that what makes it different, the Deluxe, between like just like the Pocket Rocket 2?
I think so. I think it's this.
Just
and
that.
then whatever. It's Deluxe, baby.
Yeah.
And this pot will fit like the 110 gas canister. So the smaller ones will fit right in here. My stove will fit right on top. This will fit on this, and this is all I've got to take.
Okay.
So, and that's just when I'm boiling water, though.
Yeah.
If I'm cooking something, I'll like bring a jet boil and maybe like a really lightweight skillet or something.
Yeah.
But
okay. What's your go-to water filtration?
I don't really have a go-to, but I kind of go back and forth right now between the LifeStraw, the new LifeStraw Peak Series, and the Katadyn Be Free water filter. So those are both just like, they got a bag, like a little collapsible bag and a water filter, and you scoop and
scoop and squeeze, and
that's all that is.
Okay.
But that's the bulk of.
Last thing, what's your jacket?
Oh, this also stupid, pricey, expensive. You do not need this. Please don't go out and buy it, please. This is the Mountain Hardware Ghost Whisperer UL. So this is 1,000 fill down. Thing weighs like 7 ounces, and it's super warm.
Yeah.
But I tell people to buy a budget jacket that I recommend. So. It's just as good.
But you do not recommend that one, just because
based on the price.
overpriced.
The price, it's like $375 or something.
Okay.
Stupid.
Where do you think people should spend their money?
Spend their money first. Your big three: your backpack, your sleep system, and your shelter. Yeah, I always tell people the order you should buy things in is you should always buy your tent first, then you should buy your sleep system, and now you're ready to buy your backpack.
Yeah.
Because everything will fit in the backpack that you know. And once you buy your tent, you know what sleep system is going to fit in it.
Yeah.
And once you got all those two, then you know which backpack to buy because you know those are going to fit in it. And then you can finally go, okay, I can fit everything else in it.
That is shockingly smart coming from you.
That one was for free.
Like, you do not have a lot of bright ideas, but that's a good one.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I really appreciate
You're
that.
welcome. Yeah. Okay. So that's
the bulk.
That's pretty sweet. Okay. Now I wanna turn it over and
I wanna see what you got.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. Well, let's see what you got down here since we're in my zone.
We are in your zone right now.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me into your neighborhood.
I don't know. Tell me about your cook kit here, because I've been seeing you cook out of that, and it's interesting.
It is different. And I'm going to sit down for a quick second.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, on my stool that I want to tell you about.
I'll kneel because my chair is way over there behind the camera guy. So,
Emmett, why don't you grab this? Why don't you grab the chair? You make yourself comfortable.
No, make myself.
Oh, he's sitting in the chair. Nice. No, you sit in the chair.
I was literally meant for you.
Okay.
I literally,
Yeah.
Wow.
I know you were talking about your knees hurting earlier. This has been a big day. This guy can take it for a
I'm
second.
only 20 years older than him. No big deal.
Yeah. Okay, this is from Jetboil. I actually don't know which model this is.
Is it older or is it newer?
This is newer, and it's got some neon green stuff floating in here. But that's from when
Wow.
it's turned neon green.
Do you work in a nuclear power plant?
Yeah, this is new for me. But one of the things that I do like about it is like how quickly you can boil water. So it has kind of this same Jetboil heat, like thermocoupling temperature.
Wow.
Stuff. So it's like way more efficient for boiling water than just your regular pot.
Whoa, that's lightweight.
It is lightweight. It's definitely
I was expecting some
more than what you've got
weight
going on with your titanium pot.
Yeah.
But I do really like it. And then the other thing that I really like is it's good fast for boiling water.
Okay.
But you can also cook things down in there. It's
You were
got
cooking
like
all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
I was
cooked
kind of
like
jealous.
a real meal last night. And I could cook up, like skillet up some onions and sausage and stuff like that in here.
Skillet up some onions.
Yeah, it's a verb. Skillet it up, just like Google is a verb.
Oh,
You skillet it up. So I've been storing my med kit and stuff like that in here, so you don't waste the space.
Okay,
but
sure.
but yeah.
So if I break an arm, I think Eric's food.
Go into my Jetboil.
So start eating food. That's how we fix it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna eat first.
You're gonna eat? That's solid. You can get your top ramen in.
Done.
Yeah. And then just you pointed out your spoon. I actually really like this is from Yuko. And it's like it just nests together like that. But then
legit.
You can like flip these around and get your long fork, get your long spoon, and it even has a pretty decent, like I could actually probably cut you with this
I would
knife.
not doubt it. I will sleep with one eye open.
So that's my cook setup. This is my food bag here. This is a dry bag from Matador, which I do like. One of the things that I like about it is it's got this flat bottom. So you can like have stuff like sit upright.
Yeah, and that's all food right now, right?
This is all food, although I've used it for many different things. I've used it just as a dry bag for clothes.
Okay.
Sometimes I use it as water hauling.
Okay.
If I just want to camp or the lake.
Interesting. So
and I could scoop up like 8 liters of water if I wanted to like cook for a group, and I can just close up the top, and because it has the flat bottom, I can just like leave it and it'll stay upright and not just like flop over.
Do you hang that too?
That's my bear bag too, so that's what I was hanging last night with as a food
that's
bag.
Cool. That's super cool.
So it's a multi-purpose bag, which I really like a lot. And then I've got which because I'm using that as my food bag, I've got my water cell from Sea to Summit. So I just scooped up 4 liters.
Yeah, you told me about this.
Yeah.
And it saved our butts in Texas. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're going to Texas.
You're welcome.
We got to carry like 9 liters of water for 3 days. And that was like a lifesaver.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
did you like the...
It was probably the only thing good you've ever done for me.
The only thing? Remember when I gave you that Justin's peanut butter cup?
It's the second thing good you've ever done for me.
Yeah. Okay, so this is actually really new for me. Like, it's literally brand new. I never backpack with chairs, and I haven't for years, until I saw this, and I was like, you know what? I think I actually would carry that.
Okay.
So this is a 1-pound stool.
Okay.
And like
that's really good for a stool, I'm not gonna lie.
It's 1 pound, so what I was comparing it to is like 2.5 pounds other chairs that were just like, I'm just not gonna carry that. You want
No, I'm good. No,
okay.
I refuse.
But the biggest thing about this is there's 2 big things. But one is like, oh my God, do you see the light over there?
He's been doing
what about
this
the light over there?
The whole trip he's been doing this.
Yeah.
Okay, look at this.
Oh no! I almost lost him in the lake. So, but the other best thing is that it's $60, and I feel
that's a sweet deal. I'm not
for the price for 1 pound, it's comfortable. Now I would love to lay back. You're right, and have that
for
back.
double the price. You can.
But it's double the price.
Right.
So, for being as small and compact as it is, for being as light as it is, I'm I'm into it.
Okay.
And then I've been using the LifeStraw, kind of like you. You've been in and out with this.
Yeah.
But I've been into it. I think it's a really good system, and I actually think I prefer it over the Be-Free. But
okay,
they're basically the same.
I like them both. I really do.
Yeah.
There's pluses and minuses to both of them.
But it's like $36, 37.
Yeah. So Be-Free is about same ballpark.
I think. Yeah, they below 50.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much my smaller items.
Okay.
Do you want to go up to my boudoir?
Really?
Yeah.
You'll let me up?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Up to his neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Up to the top there.
That's where the important people live up there.
That's right. I'm on the top.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's the high-end real estate.
Yeah,
up there.
exactly.
You just have to work to get up there. You gonna be good with getting an extra 100 yards in?
We got this.
All right.
We got this.
Let's go up there.
All right. We're moving on up to the east side. It's a deluxe apartment in the sky. See what I did there?
Is that a movie reference? I don't.
Wait, what'd you say?
Is that a movie reference? I don't.
Oh
get
my
it.
gosh.
Welcome to my chalet up here. This is, my
Yeah.
hilltop terrace.
It's nice.
I do a lot of real estate investing, so I
Yeah.
figured like this is where I wanted to
Yeah.
put my home, invest in the future.
I got you.
So it's
tell us about
premium.
this home.
Well, let's start with the tent. This is actually from you.
Oh my goodness.
What? My good buddy.
Oh my goodness.
My good buddy Dan has lent me a new tent because I get so many comments from people. They actually want me to talk about the DURSTON X-Mid, which this is the one-person version of it.
Yep.
And so I've been wanting to try it out, and you had it.
Yep.
And so we're actually doing a little bit of some gear swapping here.
Yep, a little bit, yep.
So this was one item that it was really cool. So this is a trekking pole tent. There is no tent poles going on in here. It just relies upon the four corners being staked out. I probably will throw in some additional tent stakes to get a little more vestibule space out here. But all things considered, it's really pretty simple. It just lifts off of my trekking pole that's over here. And you can kind of see the inner is actually a lot smaller than you might think based on how
this is the one person version.
how far
the
this
two
comes
person
out
as well.
Yeah, so you're really more of the expert on this particular tent. But I was in it last night and I learned how to set it up. You taught me, and then I came up here and set it up in 30 seconds.
Yeah, really?
Like,
yeah. It's the easiest trekking pole. It might be the easiest tent I've ever set up.
Yeah, the biggest thing is just being able to pound stakes in.
Yeah, right.
Like, if you can pound stakes in,
Yeah, you're good.
it's the easiest thing ever.
Yeah.
But sometimes these places are actually pretty difficult to do that. But do you know how much this weighs? It's pretty light.
I can't remember exactly. I think it's just over 2 pounds. It's right around the 2 pound mark.
I was gonna say it feels like 2 pounds.
But they came out with a DYNEMA version of this too. It's the X-Men
Oh,
Pro,
yeah?
which is like ridiculously lightweight.
Let's just bump that up. Let's let it look a little cooler.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, a little more
nice. Nicely
taut.
done.
Yeah, because it's real easy to adjust like that. Just
There it is, done.
look at how much better that looks.
It does look better.
Looks so much better.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is pretty cool for me. One thing that I do like about this, being that it's a one-person tent, the nights are cooler, it's fall, and it's warmer.
Yep.
It is
true.
a warmer tent
For sure.
than a lot of, like, if I were to backpack out here with a two-person tent.
Right.
It's just less space to warm up, all that stuff. So pretty awesome. I was like so toasty last night. So I think it was all the things. It was the one-person tent, and then my sleeping bag and my sleep setup. So you want to see that?
Yeah.
Come on down here with me. Okay, so this is the inside of my tent. It is small, but that's because I have a massive bed in here. So this is the ZENBIVY light bed, and this is the 10-degree version of this. And this is a really unique sleep system because it is not a mummy bag, and it is based off of the quilt idea, but it is so much more robust than just your typical quilt. So the main thing is that it comes with a sheet that wraps around your air mattress to give you that nice cozy feel, so you're not just sleeping directly on the air mattress. And then it has these wings that come up on the side and all these tons of attachment points to attach the quilt to the sheet and then to the bed or to the mattress that really makes this feel like a bed. This is by far the most bed-like sleep system I've ever used.
That's cool.
And I've been starting to use quilts more over the last year, but this is by far my favorite setup. And I think what you were not liking about the Lost Ranger is that you have to then be in an inner bag, whereas here you just have this really warm blanket and it comes with this amazing hood. This is actually, the hood is my favorite part. So you can have a pillow in here. It's not going to fly around and get lost, but you can also very comfortably tuck your head in here and have tons of room. And so if you're warm, you can just put your head on top of there, and if you're cold, duck in there, and it is just like so comfortable. And the main thing for me is that I am a stomach sleeper, and that's almost the worst thing for anybody who's, if you're in a mummy bag for sure, you pretty much are just forced to lay on your back. So I love that with this, I can actually be a stomach sleeper. And this is rated to 10 degrees. This is also their biggest version. So it's 25 inches wide, 77 inches long, and that makes it pretty big. So it is worth noting that you might have to know what what your tent can handle, especially if you got two people going on. Obviously with one person, no problem. But it is a little bulky. That's my biggest downside, is that it's a little bulky. But that's because it's 10 degrees and such a big bed.
Very cool. I like it a lot. Can't wait to use it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so, and then it also comes, this is from ZENBIVY too. This is a R5 mattress. This is the light mattress. And I've been using it for the first few times, and it is super warm. It's a lot like the Repeat Air. I think it's very similar in terms of where it sits in the sphere of mattresses, but it's a little bit warmer. It's R5, but it's very comfortable. It's a little bulky, but it's really nice. We lost Emmett for a little bit. There's a really cool shot happening, so he's like, I gotta go. So now we're just doing this, Dan and I back here. So that's why you don't see Dan.
Oh, you'll see me now. There he is.
Do you have anything that you want to contribute on my sleep system? Your thoughts on my tent?
No, I think everything is awesome. I really do. I am stoked to try the ZENBIVY. I've heard so many great things about it. I obviously love the tent. Yeah.
Because this is your tent.
Yeah. So surprisingly well, Eric. Yeah. Good job.
Oh, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
You good? So you had mentioned that the Hyperlight is kind of like your comfort.
It is.
And I feel the same way. I've been testing so much new gear this year in particular that sometimes it's just nice to be like,
yeah, you're back home.
This is my thing.
Yeah, I gotcha.
This backpack is that to me.
Okay.
I love this backpack. It's the 65-liter version. They do make a 55-liter of the Bridger, but this is my sweet spot. And thanks for, hold that up. Hold that up for me. Do you not like this?
No. I don't not like...
Because you just are such a hyper light
Well,
guy.
no, I to each his own. I have no problem with this backpack at all. I've seen it. And
so the biggest thing that I think people get hung up on is that it weighs 5.2 pounds, I think.
Wow, that's heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it carries heavy loads.
Sure, it's going to do a better job for sure. Yeah.
So well. So people hear that 5-pound weight thing and they're just like, I'm out. So yeah, but I love the organization for it. It's like super well organized. And then the best thing for me is actually you're hiding it, but turn it around. Yeah, this yoke system is like, it's basically like a running vest. Are you hiding? You want to?
There he is.
You want to see? And yeah, it's so comfortable. So
yeah, that's nice.
That's my rundown.
That's awesome.
I think it's getting dark. So we need to wrap it up.
Not bad.
So we need to go make dinner.
Let's go make dinner.
All right. Let me know in the comments whose setup you are more drawn to. Are you? Hey, we got to get that focus back on. Get the focus back on me here. Whose channel is this? This is my channel. Yeah.
Mountain though.
Yeah, I mean, it is so beautiful out here. So we're gonna wrap this video up so we can go enjoy the view. But let me know, whose setup are you more drawn to? And do you have any questions? Let me know in the comments below. And if you don't already follow Dan, please go follow him. Here, I'll give you a chance to look one more time at that beautiful face. Go follow Dan Becker on YouTube. He is, in many ways, my mentor.
What a joy.
Yeah,
what a joy to
I
hear
know.
that.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. We're gonna go enjoy a beautiful night here in the mountains of Idaho.
Peace.
Peace.